This is what happens when a writer is sick and tired of women. Stop blaming the men. Stop saying that men are trash. Stop saying that men are no good when you, in fact, are the problem.
The library is about to be open because reading is what? Fundamental!
Welcome to the Biblioteca. It's a good day today because today is the day that we have been waiting for, that I have been waiting for. This book has been the most anticipated book that I have been waiting for since last year. And not just me, myself and several other people in this world have been waiting for this book. Because when a legendary writer says, I'm writing another book, the first in 13 years, you're sad. Now let's get into the book. So there is no plot. There is no linear plot. There are four women and their stories are interweaving and interconnecting with each other because they actually all know each other. Now let's get into the juicy tea. The moment I have been waiting for since last year. It is time to read The Dream Count. Smells like chaos. Smells like delicious prose. Smells like delight. Yes! I am so excited. Let's read.
A few moments later.
It's not making any sense. Like, I'm reading this and I'm just like, you're dating a guy. He is condescending. He says that your hobbies are childish and unimportant, that you're not even good at your job, and that your job lacks insight, or it's not adventurous, or it's unimportant. He hates the fact that you're richer than him. But the same money that he hates you for having is also the same money he is very comfortable with using to buy first class tickets. He comes on vacations that you pay for. He gets on first class flights that you pay for. The gifts that you buy him, he collects them. He accepts the gifts, even though he says, oh, you shouldn't have spent it like this. Is this how you spend your money? Yes, he takes the gifts. And then he has never bought you a single thing. Valentine, birthday, Christmas, New Year's, crying days, grieving days, menstrual days, pushing days, and all the days and all the nights, you have not seen a single gift from this man. And anytime you bring it up to, oh, by the way, one day, you were out with his friends and you ordered a mimosa. And this man told the waiter, no, she won't have that, and ordered a red wine for you because he said mimosas are uncultured. And anytime you bring it to him about how he acts, as in you try to bring up the topic of, hey, you're being rude. Hey, I don't like the way you talk to me. Hey, why would you say this about my family? Every time you say it, he goes, you're being hormonal. Every single time he calls you hormonal. And yet, you have spent 3 years in the relationship with this man. Is it really the man's fault? No. I submit to you, it is not. Because, let's actually be very clear here. Year 1, he had his madness. Year 2, he had his madness. Year 3, his madness increased. Oh, he's also cheating on you, by the way. I even forgot about that part. And you know. But you're saying, no, he's just having a hard time at work. Oh, you're enduring what you should be enjoying. Love is for enjoyment. Relationships are for enjoyment. Why are you enduring? Which Kool-Aid have they fed women to say that in order for you to be in a relationship, you have to endure? Endure what? And why? Also, it's the women. It's the women. You are the problem. It is you. You are the problem. You are the problem. It is not the man. Leave the man out of this because he has done nothing out of the ordinary. His ordinary is insanity. You are the one who is staying for the insanity, okay? Because Chia is pissing me off, all right? And she's not young. Chia is not young. No. Chia is 28. Babes, what are you doing? What? If you want to suffer, go be a public school teacher in America. There's plenty of suffering there. Why do you want to suffer with a man in a relationship? What is wrong with you? Okay? Because also, I can't even say it's like he's breaking your back because he's not even touching you. The bigger problem, the bigger issue for me here is this. If you don't want to think about yourself, think about the rest of us, womankind. Okay? Think about the rest of the women in the hood, in the womanhood. Okay? Because here's what happens when you decide to endure and to suffer and to stay with this insanity is that now, okay, stay with me, because this is what's happening with this insane Darnell. This is what's happening. This is what I hate. He's rude to you in front of everyone. His friend sees that he's rude, that he actually is cuckoo. Like several bolts are missing. His frontal lobe is missing a chunk. You know what I mean? Like the brain structures are not together. The neurons are misfiring all over the place. And he sees you with him. Year 1, year 2, she's still there. At some point, this friend who is seemingly normal and is like, why am I single? Maybe what I need to do is to be insane. Now he's insane because he must now think this is what the rest of us in the hood, this is what we want. And it is not. It's not. We don't want it. But you're putting out an image for us that we don't want. You're telling the rest of mankind, just men. Actually, now that I think about that word, why is it mankind? Like women are not a part of mankind. Anyway, you're telling the rest of the world that we, women, hetero women, we want to endure. No, we don't. And now the rest of us now have to be fighting King Kung Fu with these men to try to tell them that's not the case. We don't endure. We don't want to suffer. No, we are not going to take your rubbish treatment. No, we are not going to sit there while you are condescending and rude to us. And they look at us like we're the insane ones. Like, oh, you have high standards. Oh, you're bougie. Oh, you're this. No, babes, I'm just normal. But because you have been enduring with this insane, rabid man, now they think the rest of us, we want this. We want to be treated like this. We don't. So if you don't care about yourself, if you don't care about your own well-being, think about the rest of your fellow women who truly do not want to suffer, who truly do not need to endure where we should be enjoying. Think of us.
A few moments later.
She left the relationship. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. She broke up with Darnell. Now that she's broken up with him, she's realizing that she actually was enduring in that relationship. So, lessons from Chia, according to Chimamanda. How to know if you're enduring in a relationship. If you're talking with your friends, right? If you're just kikiing with your friends, and you are downplaying how insane someone is, if you are hiding the things that they have done to you, you're enduring. You're not enjoying that relationship. It's time to go. Required reading. Required reading for every woman below the age of 25, I think. Because everyone should know this. Everyone should know the things you should be watching out for. Your own behavior. How it's showing that you're enduring. How it's showing that you're the problem in the relationship. It's not necessarily the guy. It's you. Because you're enduring. So you're telling him that it's okay to treat you this way. That's what enduring actually is doing, is that you're telling the person how to treat you.
A few moments later.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. Picture this. You have a friend, right? Why are her friends not telling her? This is what I'm saying. You have a friend. She keeps saying, oh, She wants to be with a guy. Oh, she wants to have this loving relationship. Oh my gosh, where are all the good men? Oh my gosh, like, she wants to be married. She wants a man. She just is looking for her man. And here comes a man. Physically, he is fine. Okay, over 6 foot, check. Body, check. Fits, check. Physically, he is fine. Financially, splendid. Just wow. Elegance, eleganza, all of that. He is beautiful financially. Emotionally, he's fine. Delicious. Okay, this man is beautiful, splendid, splendarosa. Chef's kiss. And also, in the in the conjugal business, he's fine. Like, put her first, fine. And then your friend is telling you, oh, I don't think he's the one. And you say, why, babes? And she goes, he's just like boring. Boring. You know, and you say, why do you think he's boring? What is it about him that's boring? And she goes, he's just like so neat. Like, he rolls up his socks and everything is so orderly, and he works out at the same time every day. And like, whenever he reads my stuff, he just says nice. Like, and like, he doesn't really talk much. So you ask your friend that and you say, oh, have you like talked to him about this? And she goes, no, because I just want a man who just knows. Here's the thing. We need to be honest with ourselves. What a lot of people want is not adventure. You want chaos. You want chaos. Like, because that's not boring. To me, what I'm hearing is a nice, stable, calm person. He cooks, he cleans. Even though he has the money to actually just hire people out, which he does, everything is perfect. He remembers all your days and dates. He knows your taste. He knows everything about you, including inside of you. And yet you're saying he's boring. But yet you also don't talk to him. I'm not understanding. You're saying he doesn't know you, but then I'm asking you, oh, what do you want him to know about you? And you're saying, I don't know. I just think, my person would just know without me telling them. Because what? You don't want a man, you want a mind reader. Like, some people are genuinely boring. Like, let's not deny that fact. Like, some people genuinely are boring. But the boring is they don't have interests, they don't have hobbies, they don't do anything. They're literally a shell of a person. That is what I consider boring. But a person that's just organized, tidy, has their life straight, calling them a square or a peg or whatever, that's not what they are. They are just peaceful. They don't want drama. Okay?
A few moments later.
He's married. What is the appeal with running after someone else's husband? Like, I don't understand, man. This is just pathetic, honestly. Not the book. The book is very well written. But Chia, pathetic. And why does she keep saying love, 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 love? This is not love. This is insecurity 101. This is lost. You are lost. You are not loved. You are not in love. You're in lust, and you are lost in lust. That's good, actually. I'm gonna write that down. I thought this book was going to be so boring. I thought it was I'm not gonna lie, I love Chimamanda Adichie, but I was like, a book set in the pandemic, how good is it gonna be? It's gonna be annoying. Oh, we're at home. Oh, we're sad. Oh, blah blah blah. But not gonna lie, it's quite juicy. People are crazy.
The next day.
And then now we have this one, the one that's supposed to be brilliant. We have the woman that's supposed to be brilliant, fashionable, and she's an idiot. She is actually a big problem. She is everything that is, she's a big problem because there is nothing worse than someone who is confident in their insanity. I just think Logos is, I'm not quite sure if this is where Chimamanda was going with this, but I genuinely think that she is in the closet and she doesn't know it because she lives in a country where queer people can't live. So every girl who wants to be independent, you see Logos when you're a girl and you're like, oh, I want to be like her. And then as you're getting older, you're like, wait, Loki Heike, she was crazy. She's always hiding a part of herself in order to have this strong persona to the world, like to present this person that is well-rounded and brilliant and strong and can't be defeated, which is understandable. So now she is caught in this web of, I have to always be strong. No one can ever talk to me anyhow. No one can beat me down. I need to always be the best in the room. Also, let's just be clear. I'm learning so much. Chemistry is infatuation. It fades. And that's the problem with Omologo. Babe. What do you mean? This man, this fine, beautiful man that is making just as much as you are, okay? He's beautiful. He is okay with your madness. He is here begging for you, pining. And you're saying, I just don't feel the spark. Spark is not a thing. I don't know where in the Disneyland, Sex and the City, Carrie Bradshaw nonsense fed us this Kool-Aid and we drank it and we're like, yeah, I want spark. It's a different thing if you don't feel a connection to someone. Like you've actually like been with them, you've gone on a date with them, you've tried to have conversations with them, and it's just not there. You know, it's like being on a date with a guy who doesn't ask you any questions. And you're like, you know, you didn't ask me any questions, right? And he's like, oh, really? And then the same pattern happens again. Cut it off. Like, that's not you looking for a spark. That's you looking for common sense. I think we need to look at this from a biological perspective. The thing that happens when you feel the spark around someone is literally your nervous system kicking in. Your fight or flight response is kicking in. That's why your heart is beating faster. That's why your mouth is drying up. That's why sometimes you feel like, oh my gosh, they're the only one in your world. Babes, it's because you can't breathe. So when you think you've met someone and you're like, I don't feel the spark, it's your body actually being very, very calm around this person. Your body is in rest mode. That's a great thing. That's a really good thing. Like you're talking to them, you're having a nice conversation, everything is flowing, and then you're going to say, I just don't feel the spark. It's because your body is like, wow, this is comfortable, this is nice. We have no fight or flight response to release. Like, we're Gucci. But because you've been conditioned by media to think that everything needs to feel like chaos, that chemistry needs to feel like chaos, now you're saying he doesn't have the spark. I love the fact that initially I was getting very concerned and worried. I was like, wait, is this all just man hate? Let's not do that, Chimamanda. Like, let's love the man. And no, she had all these redeeming, great men in the book. And I was like, yes, thank you. Love that. Kadi's story is actually a very interesting story because Kadi's story is the story that actually weaves all the women together. Based on a real life story, Nafissatou Diallo, I believe is her name. And she is this woman very similar to Kadi's situation who was abused, and she reported the abuse and it was dismissed because the man was powerful and rich, and yeah, they said, sorry girl, bye girl. Yeah, basically. So Chimamanda is trying to rewrite this story. She's trying to rewrite the wrong that Nafissatou experienced from a different point of view and in a creative way. And let me just say, without giving spoilers, she did that. There are lots of triggers here because Kadi went through it. There is abuse, every form of abuse you can think of, like mutilation, sexual abuse, psychological abuse, there is death, there is grief, there is mortality. There's just a lot going on. And I was like, is this necessary? Yes, it was necessary. But just go into it thinking that there's also rape. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know, when it comes to Caddy's story, the women are not the crazy ones. I know, it's amazing. The women are not the crazy ones. It's actually the men. Because, oh my God, Caddy went through it. Even the guy that she thought she loved even dragged her through it. Like, he tried to capitalize her abuse. Like, that is insane to me. I've always said Amadou was not the one for her, but she was over here being like, oh, Amadou is amazing, Amadou is great, Amadou is kind, Amadou laughs, and oh my gosh, when he laughs, he has teeth. Girl, the worth of your relationship cannot be built on an extroverted man. Please, it is tiring. It is just tiring. Like, this man literally committed fraud in her name. That's the lesson from Katya's story. Don't be in a relationship where legally you are responsible for his actions. It is required reading for every single woman, but don't go into it expecting a structure. There is no linear direction. Will I say this is the best Chimamanda book? No. I'm giving this book a 5-star because, not because it's Chimamanda, because I really sat down and I thought to myself, if someone else wrote this book, because I have been told that I'm a very harsh judge of books. Like, I really am. I'm not gonna lie, I am. I very much, characterization is very important to me. Strong women are very important to me. I don't want to see whimpering women. I don't want to see whining women. I don't want to see weak women. And when I say weak, I mean like when writers would write women as this thing that hate themselves, but it's considered to be feminine. Shut it, zip it, close it. So when I started reading this book, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a collection of annoying women. But the way it's written is written realistically. So they're not annoying. They have layers and depth. They're real. And I thought to myself and I said, if this wasn't a writer that I loved, would I still read this book? And the answer is yes. Would I love the book? Yes. So I think if you haven't even read a Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie book, this is a great intro to her because you get to really understand her as a writer, the way she writes, the flows and the sentences and the nuances. And I mean, the woman can write, okay? Like I can turn to any page in this book and I will find a quote that I love. Like, she felt hemmed in by shame. Shame forced upon the innocent, glowing in unfairness. Tell me that is not lyrical chef's kiss. And that's what Chimamanda does. And the way the stories connect to each other is beautiful because the women all know each other, but from different facets of life, and they all represent different types of women. And I love that. It's given variety. It's given diversity of madness. I love it. So now I am going to spend the next hour writing out all the lessons and things that I shall not be doing as a woman because I will not be leaving a legacy of endurance. Was it worth the anticipation? No, it was worth more.